Hello there folks, and thanks for joining me once again. And today's fly I'm going to tie for you is a fly I got of my book, Flies the Best 1000 once again. It's in a searching nymph pattern. It's a very interesting pattern. It's called the carrot nymph. You may or may have not seen it tied, and I figured I'd give this one a tie for you in case you haven't seen it and you want to give it a try rather. So I'll get this guy the vise, a fresh hook in, and I'll get started for you. I'm using a 9/6/7/1 and a size 12 this time. I usually tie them from 12 down to a 16. And we'll get this hook locked in the vise here. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty, so, and I've already got 8 turns of 0.15 lead wire on there for the weight. This fly calls to be weighted, so. And I'm using UTC 70 denier in black for the thread, so we'll get started here. Make a little dam in front of this lead, jump on top, go to the back, form another little dam real quick here. Okay, we'll go up over top to the front again, then back, and we'll go to just about the barb and snip off that tag in there, folks. Okay. Alright, now the tail, which I thought I had some feathers here for the tail. I did have, so I could just hold on, folks. Bear with me. Just gotta grab my black hand cape here, and we'll get cracking. Okay. Now for the tail, I'm just gonna pull off a feather of this black hen cape here, and we'll get some fibers off of it. And this is just a cheap Indian hen cape. That's all you really need for these wet flies. You don't need to use the really expensive capes for these. At least I don't anyway. So, alright, so we're just going to pull some of these fibers off here for the tail. If I was guessing, I'd say 20 to 25 fibers. Alright, so then we'll bring that on top here and measure it up about length of the hook shank or so, and then we'll come back, tie it on with a pinch wrap, just like so, wrap back a ways on it, keeping it on top. Alright, now we're going to wrap that excess towards the lead there. Now I'll come in and snip that off, those extra fibers there, and wrap those down. Okay, now the body is orange dubbing for the abdomen of the nymph, and I'm just using some rusty orange here from Hairline. I don't have any. You can use bright orange, whichever you like. Any shade of orange will work. So I'm going to dub a noodle on here. Okay, just a nice tight noodle on there, and we want to taper it towards the thorax, so we'll do that as we go here. Okay, I'm going to wrap that on, see where that brings me here. Go back towards the tail first. And I want that first strap right in front of the tail, then we'll proceed forward. Wrap up our thorax here. And we're going to need some more dubbing. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to dub a little bit more on. Nice tight noodle once again. Okay, a little bit more and that should do it right there. Alright, so we'll wrap that on to finish it up. Wrap it forward. Alrighty, there's the body. The abdomen of the nymph right there, folks. Alrighty, so next we're going to do the thorax, and that is some black Hairline dubbing, or just use any black dubbing you have on hand. It'll do the trick. Okay, we'll dub another noodle on here. Nice and tight with the black. Okay. Alrighty, I'll wrap that on, see if that does the trick for us here. For our thorax on the nymph. Okay. Might have got it just right, I believe, here. What I want on there. Alright, that's fine. That's plenty right there. Okay. Now the last step in the fly is to wrap our hackle collar here, and I have another hackle pulled off the cape. Sized up for the hook. You want the fibers to come back. I like them to come back past the hook point away, so measured that up. I want to pull those fibers down. Then I'm going to cut a little triangle for a tie-in point. And first I'm going to put a little wax on my thread here, a little beeswax. Alright, we're going to catch that in here, right on top. Wrap it in nice and tight, snug wraps. Okay, just got a couple stray fibers there I want to trim out. Alrighty, now, as you know, these hen hackles are pretty fragile, so you always want to be careful when you're wrapping them. Take your time, go easy. And they still tend to break once in a while, there's no doubt about that, but we always hope for the best. So I'll take a wrap down around, and I'm going to go forward with that. Just like so, folks. Okay, we'll get about one more wrap on there. Tie him off. Come up with a couple wraps. Release my pliers. Keep good tension on your thread. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just take my fingers and pull everything back. And wrap back and form our head at the same time here. Okay. Just like so. Alrighty, that should be fine right there. Now I'm going to reach in, grab that hackle stem. Hopefully that'll just pull right off of there for me. If not, you can snip it. There it goes. A few fibers there I want to trim. Alright, so there, we're just about complete here. We just got to do our whip finish there. And it'll be a done deal. Okay. Just going to come back on that hackle a little bit farther, a couple more wraps. That's fine right there. Okay. Grab my whip finisher here, and we'll flatten our thread out a little bit first to give a nice smooth hit on it. Then I'll make a 5 or 6 turn whip finish. Okay. Let's see. Our whip finish. Going to tighten that nice and tight there. Seat the knot really tight. Come in and snip off the excess. Just like so. Grab my Vineyards Hit Cement here. Just going to put a good little coat on it so it soaks in the thread wraps. It should be a done deal. Alright, so I'm just going to go all the way around here. Just like so. Get a good coating on it there. A little bit more on the top. Alright, that should be fine, folks. Now, what I'm going to do, just make sure I got no cement in the eye of that. I'm just going to run the stem through the eye. Just to make sure it's clear. Okay, that's good. And there we have it. Another size 12 carrot nymph. Definitely give this one a try and throw a few in your nymph box. You never know. Give them a try next time around. Thought it was a very interesting nymph indeed, so that's why I wanted to tie this one up for you. So anyway, if you wish, hit that like button and the subscribe button. Appreciate that if you decide to, and appreciate you all watching. And like I always say, happy tying out there, and until next time, so long for now.